Good morning, children. So, in the last video, there was some problem with that, and after that, my phone is not working, was not working well. Now, also, there is some problem regarding recording. Anyway, we can first of all discuss the some a short portion of that verbs and verb forms. Then, after that, we can move on to the next chapter. Okay, now listen. You already learn about verbs. We know different forms of verb. Now page number 56. Okay, these verbs can be of three types. Verb show some action. Please look into a textbook. Verbs can be of three types. Verb that show action, that means skip, play, shift, park, then run, listen, sing, then what, eat, swim, run. All these are verbs that show action. Next one was, that means verbs that show state of being or possession. State of being means something that is existed. Okay, and then possession means something belongs to us. That means what, ownership. Okay, and then next one is, and one more important thing is, verbs that show state of being or possession are followed by a noun, pronoun or an adjective with or without article. That means after using this possession the verbs that shows possession are has or have, has or have and had, and the verbs that show state of being is, are, was, and were. So after has, have, or had is followed by a noun, pronoun, or an adjective, and sometimes this in between this verb in between this verb and that noun you can find, sometimes there may be an article, sometimes there will not be an article. Okay, and then some verbs that act as supporting verbs, that you know in present tense. Then what, present continuous tenses, these verbs are used as supporting verbs. For example, I am walking today. Here walk is the main verb and the auxiliary verb am is used this walk for supporting. So some verbs can be used as supporting verbs. So identify the verbs in the given statements and underline them. He is a mice. So is the verb. Next, the price of potatoes has increased today. So just underline has. Then they play football every day. Here play is the action verb. It shows action. So underline play. Sanju ate sandwiches for lunch. So underline ate. Kamala and Vinu were talking to each other. Here were talking is the verb. And here where is used as supporting factor for this main verb talking. Okay, so were talking. Then Karishma was wearing a blue cat. Here was wearing is the verb, just underline it. Then the prince is a good man. Is the verb. Geeta has written the answer before the teacher said it. Here we can find out two verbs. First one is has written, then said. Then Preeti fought with her sister. So Preeti fought. Fought is the another verb. Then next one we have bought. Have bought is the verb. Okay. So next, take next page. You can find out a story here. You can find out a story here. So just go through that story and find out the action word. I already sent all the notes of this chapter in our class WhatsApp group. So after doing this, please go through the answers what I already gave you. And any doubt, just call me. Okay. So next chapter we are going to learn is the main important chapter in English grammar. Main important factor. It is subject verb agreement. Now all of you listen to me, children. Subject agreement simply means what? You have to agree with your verb must agree with the subject. For example, I am saying she are going to the school. Is it right? She are going to the school. No, we know that she is a singular subject and are is always used with the plural subject. That we already know. Hmm? So this is what subject agreement. If the subject is singular, you have to write a singular verb. You have to use a singular verb, and if the subject is plural, you have to use a plural verb. This is what. So the number of subject must agree with the number of verbs. Okay? Okay. Now look into a textbook. Helping verbs have to match the subjects depending on whether they are singular or plural. That simply means you have to use singular subject with singular verb, and if the subject is plural, use the plural verb. Okay. Is used with singular nouns or pronouns. Then are with plural pronouns or nouns. And with the pronoun you also, we usually use the use are. Why? Because in two ways we can use you. For pointing out singular and plural also we can use the pronoun you. How? If one of you are talking in the class, I will point out that child and I will say what? What are you doing there? Are you talking? Okay. And after finishing the chapter, I will ask the whole class that, children, did you understand? So in the first case, I pointed out only a child who is talking, who is making noise in the class. But in the second case, I used the pronoun you for the whole class. It represents the whole class. So first one is singular and second one is plural. So children, if you is used as a singular subject or plural subject, there is no difference. You have to use the aux verb are. Clear? Next one, am. That you know. Am is always used with the pronoun I. Then was and has are used with the singular nouns or pronouns. Then was or where and have are used with the where and have are used with the plural nouns or pronouns or with the pronoun you. Clear? Then. So now we are going to do the exercise one by one. Underline the correct verb and read the sentences. February, the shortest month of the year, dash 28 years. Here, which is the subject there? So, children, for or if you want to use the verbs correctly, first of all, you have to find out which is the actual subject in a statement or a sentence. That is the main important thing here. February, the shortest month of the year, dash 28 years. Which is the subject here? February is the subject here and it is singular. So, has or have, which one we will use? We know that children have. Have is used with plural and has is used with singular. So, you have to put a tick mark or underline has. Okay, next one. Dash the child's parents come today. Dash the child's parents come today. Here, children, please read it again and again. Here, that child's parents are the subject, not child. Child alla the subject. But that child's parents are the subject here. So, that means the subject is plural. So, which one you are going to use? Have. Clear? Then, the girls playing under the trees dash my friends. Are my friends because the girls means plural. Girls are plural. So, the sound of the bells. Here we are not talking about the bells, but here in this sentence we are talking about that sound of the bells. So it's singular. So where is the question? Okay, the sound of the bells was heard all over the house. Next E, the house belonging to those people. Here actually we will just think that those people, that means so many peoples are being discussed here. So which one? I think it's in plural, but actually it's not like that here. The house belonging to the people. Here it's used as a single unit. Huh? So you have to use has. Then dash there any children in the playground. Hmm? So are there. The women, not women, the women were carrying their babies in their arms. Then the Arabian Nights, you will think that nights is plural, so we can use what? Plural verb. But here it's absolutely wrong because the Arabian Nights, because it's the name of a textbook or it's the title of a textbook. So for this title of the textbook or just something like this, you have to use a singular verb. Okay, clear? Now next two questions are remaining. Can you do it by yourself? Only two. Next one, next exercise. Fill in the blanks with the correct form of the verb given in brackets. Which of those two books dash yours? Which of the two books? So that is what I told you earlier. You have to find out the correct subject. Here, which of these two books? That means I have, I'm in my hands. In my hands I have two books, and I am asking you which of these books. So it's a choice. Not I'm talking about the two books, but among this, which book is yours? So it's singular, so use is. A clock dash how many hands? Clock means singular, so has. How much money? How much money was there in the purse? How many times have your friends read this book? The United States of America is a big country. Next one, the use of disposable plastic cups and plates is not allowed here. Here actually the use of disposable cups and plates are being discussed, not about that all plastic cups and plates. So here it's used as a singular subject, so singular verb is needed there. Okay. Then the cows belonging to that farmer. Here all the cows are being pointed out, so you have to use plural verb, that is have. December has how many days? The roses in my neighbor's garden are lovely and fragrant. This is not any discussion is needed. That's why I am saying you the answer. The loaves of bread which I bought yesterday were stale. Okay. Now next one is some half portion of the sentences are given there. That means subject is given here. You have to complete that sentences using auxiliary verb. And actually children, do you know what is a predicate? I think we learned about that. Subject and predicate. The predicate form containing this auxiliary verb, and then it may contain another noun or some others. So here you have to complete these sentences using or begin with. Here you have to complete it with begin with auxiliary verb and rest of the sentence. Okay. First one, each of these books. So subject is here. We have to add one auxiliary verb, or we have to add predicate begins with an aux verb. Each of these books means it's singular. So each of these books is mine. All the books have been borrowed. Every book has a special value. Two of these books were gifted. One. None of these books are good. Just like this, try to do that. Try to do this. I'm not giving you a lot of homework, children. Just try to do this. So now you know how you have to use auxiliary verbs according to the subject. Just try to do it. And now take next page. Its next important one is, first of all, page number 62. Action verbs used in the root form also have to match the subject based on whether they are singular or plural. While starting our grammar lesson, I told you what is that this root form of the verb. Root form is the base form. To that verb only we changes. ഒരു word ഉണ്ട്, ഒരു verb inde basic form is that root form. To that we add s or es for making it singular or plural, and then we change it form to past. അല്ലേ, നമ്മൾ വെർബിന് പല ചേഞ്ചും വരുത്തും. ബട്ട് ഒരു ബേസിക് ഫോം ഉണ്ടെങ്കിലേ നമുക്ക് അതിന് ചേഞ്ച് വരുത്താൻ പറ്റത്തുള്ളൂ. ദാറ്റ് ഈസ് വാട്ട് റൂട്ട് ഫോം ഓഫ് ദ verb. Okay, so we make all these changes to the root form of the verbs. We make all the changes to the root form of the verb to make it singular or plural one according to the subject. Okay, next one. Singular subject use the root form of the action verb with an s or es added to it. But plural subject use the action verb as it is. That is what I told you. If the subject is singular or plural, the subject is singular, you have to add s or es to the verb. And if the subject is plural, there is no change in the verb. You just use that verb. For example, he eats every day. Here, he is singular one, so we add yes at the end of the verb eat. We eats. They eat every day. They is plural, so I just use that eat. There is no need to change. Shyam wakes up early. Shyam and Karim wake up early. Why this wakes up and wake up is used there? Because in the first sentence Shyam it's singular, so s is added at the end, and here second one Shyam and Karim. That means two. About two or two subjects are used there. That means plural. Clear? Next one. In negatives and questions, singular subjects use does along with the root form of the verb. Plural subjects use do with the root form of the verb. So we know positive sentences are there, negative sentences are there. Negative sentence means it may contain not, no, or any negative words. Negative words just like never, hardly, scarcely, all like that. So for example, he does not like to sing. Here why does is used there instead of do not? Does എന്താ യൂസ് ചെയ്തേക്കുന്നത്? Because he is a singular subject, so does is used there. They do not want to write. They is plural, so do is used there. And next one, it's question words are about questions. Do they feel cold? Here they is the subject. That's why that question begin with the auxiliary verb do. Clear? Next one, does he sing well? Why? Because he is a singular subject, so does is used there. So symbol in negative statements and questions, singular subjects use does along with the. But children, after this does, we can't use s or es with the verb. If does is there, you just write the root form of the verb. For example, he does not likes to sing. It's absolutely wrong. You can't write like that. He does not like to sing. Why? Because after this do or does, you have to use the root form of the verb. Clear? Next, the singular pronoun I uses do along with the root form of the verb. The singular pronoun I uses do along with the root form of the verb. For I, there is an exception. With I, we always use the auxiliary verb do. Clear? Now, one more exercise is given here. Fill in the blanks with the correct form of the verb. I always dash early to school. Here I come because we already know that we use actually I is a singular pronoun, but we use just like plural one. So I always come early to the school. Ramu dash his friends when they need it. So Ramu is singular. So we will add yes. Ramu helps. Sheila and Tarun dash dance in the morning. Sorry, not Tarun, Tara. Sheila and Tara means there are two nouns are being discussed here. So, we use the root form of the verb. So, Sheila and Tara practice dance in the morning. Then, the cow dash on the grass in the meadow. Here, the cow means the whole unit of cow is being discussed here. The whole group of cow. So, here, the cow grazes on the grass in the meadow. Anand lives next door. Mr. and Mrs. Rao open their shop at night. He works very hard. We like friendly people. Do you want tickets to the new Iron Man movie? A tiger is not. Huh? Is not or does not. A tiger does not eat grass. Okay? I think you are following. Next one is correct the following sentences. One question. How many questions? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 10 questions are given here. Parinith has some interesting books. Okay, have is given there. I already told you the correct answer. You have to use has. Why? Because Parinith means singular subject. So you have to use singular verb. So has. Mr. and Mrs. Jain lives in Delhi. So lives. We already learned that if the subject is singular only, we will add s or es to the verb. Actually here Mr. and Mrs. Jain means couples are being discussed or two persons. So here lives is absolutely wrong. You have to write live. The children was playing in the street. It's also wrong because the children is the plural form of child. So the children were playing in the street. I is giving a concert next week. We all learned that with I we always use the auxiliary verb am. So I am giving a concert next week. My cousins study in a different school. These glasses have cracks in them. She was disappointed to see that movie had begun. How many brothers does he has? No, sorry. How many brothers do he has? Okay. Okay, sorry. Next one. We do not like to attend birthday parties. They tell each other funny jokes. Okay. Now one fantasy is given here. We can't do this. Page number 64. Write 4 sentences of each of the following pictures. 2 sentences should contain the verb is or the other. So children, You can see one picture, not one, four pictures are given here. You have to form four sentences, and the first two sentences must contain the verb is, are. At the next, sorry children, I'm so sorry. So next two sentences must contain has or have. Okay. So today please go through the chapter, and if you have any doubt you just call me. Okay. Children, I'm sorry for the delay. My phone is actually not working well. I can't upload the videos properly. That's why this delay is coming. I'm also very disappointed about this, but now there is no other option. Please be cooperative, and if you have any doubt you just call me. Okay, because of this problem I of my phone, I am also very disturbed. Okay, anyway, we can conduct test papers and all this, and I think we have to, or we can complete our portions on next week, and after that we can conduct test papers and all. Okay, thank you children, and thank you, and have a nice day.